honor y gloria a ti, Cristo Jesús. Honor and glory to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Honor and glory to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
The Lord be with you and with your spirit. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Glory to you, Lord. Before the feast of Passover, Jesus knew that his hour had come to pass from this world to the Father. He loved his own in the world, and he loved them to the end. The devil had already induced Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot, to hand him over. During supper, fully aware that the Father had put everything into his power, and that he had come from God and was returning to God, he rose from supper, took off his outer garments. He took a towel, tied it around his waist. He poured water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet and dry them with a towel around his waist. He came to Simon Peter, who said to him, "Master, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus answered and said to him, "What I am doing you do not understand now, but you will understand later." Peter said to him, "You will never wash my feet." Jesus answered him, "Unless I wash you, you will have no inheritance with me." Simon Peter said to him, "Master, then not only my feet, but my hands and head as well." Jesus said to him, "Whoever is bathed has no need except to have his feet washed, for he is clean all over. So you are clean, but not all." For he knew who would betray him. For this reason he said, "Not all of you are clean." Cuando acabó de lavarles los pies, se puso otra vez el manto, volvió a la mesa y les dijo, ¿comprenden lo que acabo de hacer con ustedes? Ustedes me llaman maestro y señor y dicen bien, porque lo soy. Pues si yo, que soy el maestro o señor, les ha lavado los pies, también ustedes deben llevarse los pies a unos a otros. Les ha dado ejemplo para que lo que yo he hecho con ustedes, también ustedes lo hagan. I have given you a model to follow, so that as I have done for you, you should do also. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Se sienten, por favor. Ustedes saben que mi responsabilidad es ofrecer la gracia a los demás, especialmente a la gente que están perdido. Yo voy a explicar una situación anoche con una pareja que se sentaban muy sola en esta comunidad, esta área, porque nadie quisiera asistirlos con su matrimonio. Entonces anoche yo celebré este matrimonio con ellos en la parroquia de Santa Ana, y yo voy a explicar la importancia de oración a la gracia de Dios, esta misericordia, y especialmente a esta comunidad que están asistiendo a los demás, especialmente a los pobres del espíritu. Yesterday night over at St. Anne's, at the conclusion of the 5 o'clock Mass, everyone had left the church and came into the church 5 individuals. This couple came to me and they said that they were lost. They needed to be found. They wanted to be accepted. They wanted to be loved. So yesterday, after the 5 o'clock Mass, when everybody left, this family arrived in church. They came here. There weren't many of them. There were only 5 altogether that showed up for this wedding. They came here and they wanted to have a nice liturgy where they could offer their vows in front of God and in front of this community. We actually did the entire Mass, and we did the vows, and we did the rings, and we offered all the requisite prayers. After communion, the couple said to me, would we be able to pray and offer flowers to the Blessed Mother? Well, you will notice in this church that every statue of the Blessed Mother has been covered. So the only statue that was accessible to me was the one statue that was the most difficult to take the covering over. So we took a while and we got the covering over it, and I honestly thought and wondered if any of you would have noticed the one remnant left from that wedding yesterday that was left behind. They left one flower in front of the Blessed Mother. Now, I will tell you that the word rosarium in Latin, el rosario, se significa el jardín de las oraciones, de las rosas. Rosarium means a garden of prayer, garden of roses. I try to teach people, every time you say an Our Father, a Hail Mary, a Glory Be, every time you offer a prayer, it's like planting a seed in the garden, and this is what happens when you plant a seed. You provide hope for someone who thinks that they are unloved. Una pareja vino a esta parroquia más temprano que tuvieron un problema grave con su hijo. Su hijo tuvo muchos problemas en esta área y los padres me pidieron orar para ellos. Y yo hablé con Emma Elver y Emma Zagal para formar un grupo de oración que para orar a los demás, porque en esta comunidad nosotros tenemos muchos grupos diferentes, especialmente en inglés, pero en español, una línea de oración, un grupo de oración no existe en esta forma. Entonces yo le pide a Emma y Emma formaran este grupo de oración y cada martes o en el próximo mes, cada miércoles a las 6:30, nosotros oramos el rosario. Y yo les invité a esta pareja a venir aquí para orar el Santo Rosario con los fieles de la comunidad, para plantar una semilla en el jardín para producir esta fruta, esta rosa, para ofrecer esperanza de esta pareja que necesita el amor. Entonces yo expliqué que yo voy a ofrecer los nombres de nuestro grupo en inglés y los nombres en inglés yo voy a ofrecer este grupo en español. A couple came to me this week and there's a son of theirs who's going through a whole lot of problems. And the couple said to me, can you help us pray for these people? We need prayers answered. We need produce from the fruit. We need someone to hear us plant the seed in the garden so that we can have this fruit come forward. So I said to them, why don't we have a Hispanic group that prays Tuesday night rosary, next month Wednesday night rosary at 6:30 at night. Why not have a prayer line group of our Hispanic community, just like we do in English, and that what we would have is if we have someone in need, we would give that name to the English-speaking community, the Spanish-speaking community, have those groups pray a rosary, plant those seeds in the garden so that this family knows that we are with them, that we love them, that we care for them in God's name. Really important for our communities to have a foundation of prayer. Prayer, liturgy is the work of the church. To work is to pray to God so that we show people that we love them. And I invited this couple to join our Hispanic community to pray that rosary on Tuesday nights, next month on Wednesday nights at 6:30 p.m. It's the most important thing we do. We were talking prior to the Mass about the people who are here and the people who are not. Yeah, I was looking at something on the internet on how the devil's always got things going out in the world that people love to do. Television, sports, music, activities, diversions. Hay deportes y música afuera, diversiones, otras cosas, pero estas cosas es por un día. Este sacrificio es por el resto de su existencia. Afuera, ustedes pueden sostenerle con una cena por una noche. Aquí es por el resto de su vida, aquí en el cielo. Afuera es el trabajo del diablo muchas veces, pero aquí es el trabajo de Dios que prefiere en este mundo. Outside, a lot of the times it's the work of the devil that wants to tempt us not to come to church, not to get invested. But here, God gives you an opportunity to get to heaven. He shows you the sacrifice. He shows you the suffering. He shows you the love. And all he asks us to do is follow that example. Do people want to follow that example? A lot of times, no, because the world is much more interesting in so many different ways. And then you die. Christ was willing to die so that you and I could have life. That's why we're here today, to learn about Christ's example and then to follow it. Es muy fácil seguir el ejemplo de los hombres afuera de esta iglesia y sus actividades y sus diversiones, y eventualmente todos nosotros vamos a morir, pero con Cristo nosotros tenemos una nueva vida, la vida después este tiempo en la tierra, para ofrecer este corazón a los demás, para compartir este corazón de Cristo a los demás, para pedir a Jesús asistirnos a entrar al cielo. Y no es posible sin esta misa, no es posible sin este jardín. It's not possible to get to heaven without Christ. Christ is the only way we get there. He wants to feed us, he wants to love us, he wants to carry us, and yet we still prefer the ways of the world. I'm so blessed that you are here to see this example of faith that Christ is offering us. En esta misa de la última cena, Jesucristo está ordenado los apóstoles como los primeros sacerdotes, primeros obispos de la iglesia, a continuar este mismo sacrificio por los últimos 2000 años, los apóstoles y sucesores, los obispos y los sacerdotes. Ahorita es la misma cena de Jesucristo hace 2000 años, y nosotros damos gracias que Cristo quiere compartir esta cena con nosotros. At the Last Supper, Jesus ordained his apostles to do this in memory of me, to continue the same meal that we have celebrated for 2,000 years. It's been passed on from the apostles to the bishops, to the priests, and to all of you. If we really knew how important and how wonderful this was, then we understand how we get to heaven by starting and ending right here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making the sacrifice. Thank you for letting God love you. Thank you for praying for me as I pray for you. Let us continue to pray for each other para plantar estas semillas en este jardín en honor de toda la gente que nosotros encontramos. Let us continue to plant these seeds for the behalf of our salvation and the salvation of those that we meet. This is our prayer.